Haley,
Here.
Dar,
Here.
Maureen,
Here.
Pat,
Here.
Robert, here, Thomas.
Here.
All right, next item on the agenda is public comments. Before we start public comments, the item under ordinances, resolution 1421, resolution designating certain public properties as designated recreation areas is going to be put on hold. The Parks Committee decided to get a little more input before that gets put forward, so that is not going to be acted on tonight. I'm going to recommend that just gets tabled until the Parks Committee, and technically the Planning Commission should really do that part to bigger picture. So anybody that's on for that reason, public comment, I don't want too many because we're probably not going to, we're not going to take any action on that tonight. So just FYI. So item number 3, public comments. Anybody on the line can speak to anything that's on the agenda, state your name and your address, and give us your 2 cents. There's no discussion, it's just public comment.
So they're pulling that agenda tonight, so there won't be any discussion.
The ordinance.
We'll just that one. So.
All right. One more time, any public comments on anything that's on the agenda? State your name and your address.
I catch this right.
All right. If there is none, we're going to move on to the consent agenda, which includes the regular city council meeting of May 10th, the ordinance committee meeting of May 10th, the board of review meeting May 10th, the zoning board of appeals May 12th, the health committee May 13th, joint review board May 13th, and personnel committee May 18th.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Tom seconded it, correct, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, motion made, second, approve the consent agenda and the 7 items I just read off. Is there any other discussion on the motion?
What do we,
I'd like to say something in the ordinance. I was not in attendance on May 10th. It does state that I was
sorry.
in attendance.
Yep,
I'll take that up.
I did notice that, but I thought it wasn't positive. Okay, so with the motion made and second, the only item that's going to change is the ordinance committee has to show that Dar was not present at that meeting. Is there any other discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Bailey, you're fading again, just so you know. But I did hear you. Okay, those opposed? I don't think there's any. Okay, next item on the agenda is the finance committee. Discussion and possible approval of a short-term general obligation promissory note in the amount of $3,750,000 for the purchase of the Sears land. I take it Beth is on here for a reason.
Yeah.
Beth, you want
Let's
to
talk.
tell us what it's
There I
about?
am. Yes. So because the purchase is coming so quickly and our expense period is also ending so quickly with our TIF funds, we have to do a short-term borrowing for the full amount, which is now agreed on with the Sears family at closing. So we're going to do a short-term borrowing with our local bank and then take it out for bond like we would a normal large project.
Okay. Any questions by the council, what we're doing here?
So the TIP is still going to cover that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. This is just the financing. Thomas?
Do you have a estimate of the finance charges for that short-term borrowing?
We know that the interest rate is 3.75%, and we should have it paid off within a month and a half, is what I talked to with Sean today. So it shouldn't, I don't have an actual dollar amount yet.
No, I think what he's asking is the bank going to charge us any like closing costs or origination fee?
There's no prepayment penalty. We will have some small fees associated. I don't know 100% what those are yet, though.
And they will be covered by TIF. That's just another TIF expense at this point, Thomas.
Correct.
So,
Yes.
I'd like
3.7.
to see I would like to see a breakdown and that sort of thing. Just
Sure. So Beth, if we can find out what our closing costs, origination fee, whatever that is, if you want to just send it out to council just for an FYI.
I can do that tomorrow. Yep.
great.
So thank you, Thomas. Any other questions from anybody or any council members? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the short-term borrowing in the amount of $3,750,000 from First National Bank for the purchase of the Sears land.
So moved.
Second,
A motion made, I think Doherty second, Otwell?
yes.
Okay, thought that was your voice. To approve short-term borrowing for First National Bank, $3,750,000 for the purchase of the Sears property. And we understand there's a few fees that Thomas wants everyone to find out about. So any other discussion on that motion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Roll
Roll
call.
call.
Oh,
Roll call.
yep, sorry, roll call. Tom,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Patrick,
Aye.
Maureen,
Aye.
Dar,
Aye.
Bailey.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, everybody. Next up on the agenda is, we aren't going to do the ordinance. That item's going to be set aside because Parks has to review that again. And the Planning Commission will probably get a just quick peek at it. Any meetings for ordinance? If not, health and safety. Do we need to call any meetings for health and safety?
No.
About-
Other than June 1st is and I think it's at 6 o'clock, is the Prescott Days meeting, their first Prescott Days meeting over at the Old Tax is where it's going to be held at. So everything's been posted.
Good.
So they're good.
So and health and safety kind of is working with them, but they're a separate committee technically, or a subsidiary of health and safety. So,
Do one of us still have to go?
all right, looks like we got to set a meeting for public works. Who's in charge of that? I think Robert is.
I am. So,
Hang on a second, just a minute here.
Well,
June 1st at what time? I think it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, at the OPATAX. Okay. Maureen, are you volunteering to be she's going to be the liaison between the city and the Prescott Days Committee?
Anybody have a problem with that on the council?
What's the date?
June 1st.
June
One of
1st?
us from health and safety has to go to their meetings.
There'll be our representative on that committee. Since they're a subcommittee, we always have one
Maureen,
council
thank you
person
for
cover.
taking this one.
And if somebody else wants to do it, I'm more than happy to yield.
Nope, I think we're good on that then. So, all right, we got that taken care of. So how about Public Works, Rob? What did you decide?
I can do June 3rd or 8th.
Yeah.
Either works with me, Rob.
What's that?
Either works with me. June 3rd or 8th.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm fine. June 8th would be best.
Okay.
Okay.
What, 5:30?
Sure.
What?
Okay.
5:30? I'll make sure Mike knows.
Okay, so Public Works is June 8th, 5:30 PM will be the Public Works meeting. Parks and Public Property, is there anything there we got? Oh, we just have that tonight, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to set a meeting date out a little ways so that the
I think-
residents.
I think that would be appropriate.
Sure.
How about,
When's the next planning commission? We wouldn't want to do a joint one, would we?
Well, June 7th, but we're going to have a special council meeting that night too. So,
Okay, that's fine.
when's, we can always do our meeting and report back to the planning, or you're on
Yeah.
planning, Dave, so we can just make sure you're at our meeting.
I can do that, sure.
All right. Does the 21st work? That would be the next council meeting at the end of the month.
Works for me.
5:30, Tom, does that work? The 21st?
Before the next council meeting?
Yep.
Or maybe we should do
Yeah.
5 o'clock. Can we do 5 o'clock, Rob? I know.
Yep, I can do that.
Let's do an hour meeting so we can have time to discuss.
Oh, the city council meeting is on the 28th, is it not?
yeah,
Oh, did I screw that
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, it is a 28.
Yeah.
I say that, Tom,
Oh,
sure.
so should we do
21st is
the
third.
so look, maybe the 28th then from 5 to 6 then?
Works for me.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Perfect. How about personnel? We got a meeting Wednesday?
Yes,
I'd like to set another meeting or to set interview times after we discuss the questions.
Okay. When would you want to do that?
At the Wednesday meeting.
Oh, we will set a date. So everybody kind of starts seeing what works for them. I think it's Bailey, yourself, I, and is it Robert?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's this Wednesday.
Yep.
This Wednesday.
And
At what time?
This Wednesday at 5:30, correct, Jane?
Yes,
And then we'll be discussing that at the time. On Wednesday, we're also going to discuss who is going to be on the interview committee.
Yeah.
So if any council members want to be on the interview committee, they should let somebody know, like Jane or me.
Maureen, and I'll try and send you those questions by tomorrow.
You're
So
gonna
we're doing
send-
that as an in-person meeting?
yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I sent you questions, or Jane is going to send them out. So
It went out today.
they did go out. So you can
Yep.
get me back anything you'd like to substitute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good. Thank you. Next item then would be planning commission, and they usually meet the first Monday, so there's nothing to present at that time. Licensing, do we need to get together for that licensing yet? Do we need to
Eric,
set a meeting?
no, I'm not yet, but Eric and I are still working on the applications, background checks and things. So once we have those completed, we'll want to set a meeting. But just so everybody is aware, under the license, we are having a meeting on Wednesday, June 2nd at 6 o'clock here at City Hall. We've been lucky enough to get the special agent, Bill Gray. Very good, been here before. He's been meeting with us. There's been so many changes in liquor licensing with the cocktails to go and, you know, making sure you've got all your, everywhere that you have alcohol, put your licensing that place. And then again, Chief Michaels wants to be there. We're having some issues downtown. It's something that the police department can't handle on their own, nor can we as a city. So we need to have the establishment, the owners and the agents help us to get through with this. We are having a number of fights downtown, and we've got to get a handle on this.
Especially, I noticed after the bars closed, there's been a lot over the last reporting period.
Yep. All right. So June 2nd, that's when the license, there'll be a meeting with all the license holders, so they'll be invited. And then
Yep,
the community,
I'll invite it. I encourage them to attend.
will this be a license committee meeting kind of?
We'll list it as a license committee meeting. The only issue that we have is the intergovernmental got set for June 2nd also.
Oh, I guess I didn't get that one yet, so.
And that's just coming out, so.
Well, posted that there could be a quorum of the council in case other council members would like to attend, if you would, please.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, I think that's it for licensing then. So then we're to communications and new business. Any public comment? Anyone on the line in the audience that want to speak to the council about anything? Again, you're just making a comment, no discussion. Now would be the time to step forward, state your name and your address. Council members, anybody that have a public comment?
I'd just like to comment that the parking lot down behind Holiday is looking really good. Should commend the Public Works guys for what they've been doing. It looks really good. Thank you, guys.
Second that.
All right.
Yeah.
And they may do another level next year, but I think for now, I think Mikey said they had like 50 or 60 new stalls, which will definitely help the downtown. Thank you, Robert. Last call, any other public comments? If not, we got a request for an amplifier permit from Josh Fry at Freedom Park for Saturday, June 19th from 4 to 8 p.m. I'll entertain a motion to approve that request. I think it's in memory of his dad who passed away this last year.
I make a motion that we approve that amplifier permit.
Motion, Tom, second, who?
Bailey.
Sorry.
Bailey.
Bailey.
I thought Bailey. So motion Tom, second Bailey to approve the amplifier permit request. Is there any other discussion on the motion? Not all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. And then I'd like to, motion to approve Jamie Phelps for the Cable Commission. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve Jamie Phelps for the Cable Commission.
Second.
Motion, I think Maureen, second Bailey to approve Jamie Phelps for Cable Commission. Any other discussion on the motion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. I know I do have a few other commissions to fill. Jane, what was it again? Housing Authority,
Yes, one on there. Zoning Board of Appeals.
Board of Appeals. So if anyone knows anybody who want to be on those, that'd be great. All right, other business.
I have one item I'd like to bring up, and
All right,
that is the staffing in our central office, in the city administrator's office.
Yep.
I think it's much too low, and I'm just giving everybody a heads up. I'd like to see it as an item that the council, that personnel will discuss and bring some kind of plan to the council.
And then talk
Right now,
about
there's only 2 people in the office at this point in time.
Yeah.
And, yes, right. I think we need to act sooner rather than later on this.
All right. All right, yeah, the personnel can put something together and we'll discuss it at council too then.
Yep.
I agree. All right.
Okay, my next meeting
Jane's got
in
other
person?
business. I would say yes. But
Everybody good with that? Yep. Okay.
all right, that's it.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion Doherty second. Motion Doherty second, Rona to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. Thank everyone for your participation. Have a great evening. Talk to you later.
Thank you.